You know what you should do? You should follow me on Twitter at Bromo018. Link in the description. Do it now. Hello everyone, welcome along to another video today. Something a little bit different. I guess it's a recap and reaction to EA's FIFA 20 reveal. Unscripted today, sort of off the cuff. Essentially, this is going to be a bit of a rant. So I do apologise in advance, and if you're not really interested in listening to the moaning, then by all means switch off right about now. That's perfectly understandable. But I just sort of felt that I've got to get a few stuff out there, really, based on the reveal that we saw, if you want to call it that, that is, and just how essentially terrible it was, absolutely terrible. So we're gonna really go from the start, work our way through, and hopefully in post editing, hopefully I've put the relevant stuff on for you in front of you, so you're watching something to do with the stream. So we'll start off with the announcement itself, and that was fine, that was good, you know. When they revealed it the day before the stream, obviously they confirmed this whole new Volta mode, street football, etc. Potentially, you know, FIFA Street, and then in the press release they accompanied it with on their website, you know, they put stuff like, you know, story mode, plays a female catch as well, 3v3, 4v4, etc, etc, loads of different arenas, and that was great, that was fine, you know, no problem with that at all. Lots of people have been asking for FIFA Street to return, myself included. I've also wanted FIFA Street to return, and you know, they've answered those calls. That's the only calls they have answered, and that was fine. So I knew we'd get plenty of that in the actual reveal itself, in the actual stream. And that was fine, that was no problem. So I was looking forward to that, saying, yeah, let's wait and hear more about the mode, etc. So that started fine. Okay, I weren't expecting too much from that. And then we come into the live stream itself, and FIFA 20 doesn't actually start, and that's for those of you who watched the whole EA press live stream, should I say. You know, for those of you who didn't and don't know, they started off with I think it was, let's have a look, Battlefield. No. It was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order they started with. Then they went into Apex Legends, and they were doing half an hour on each. And then it was Battlefield, and then it went into FIFA. So about 2 hours into the live stream, that was when we got FIFA 20. And you know, for the first three, they covered the game, so roughly 25 to half an hour, 25 minutes to half an hour. And then it comes to FIFA, and we get probably 20 minutes, if that. And we'll come on to that in a minute. So throughout the 20 minutes, we come into it, and we've got Alex Mendez. It's fine. He's you know, regular esports voice. Absolutely, you know, really good. Did the streams really well. We did another game as well. I think he did start. Oh no, it was Apex Legends he did as well, and he was great. He was a good personality to have on it. So he introduces it, and then we go into a 10-minute video, and I was timing this, just gradually looking at the time as we were going through the stream, and it was around 10 minutes of Rio Ferdinand and Chelsea Grimes just rambling about their childhood. Like, literally just rambling. They had an EA producer, a FIFA 20 producer with them, and there was about 2 or 3 questions asking them, of them asking him about, you know, new features. So it was like, yeah, you know, you can customize your shorts and your tops, etc. Or, you know, you can have a female player. Bearing in mind, we already knew this because they had revealed this the day before. So we're just regurgitating information that we already knew. And it was just 10 minutes of them barely talking about the game, and they were panning on, you know, these players playing in a cage, and, you know, doing bits of skills here and there, and that was it for the first 10 minutes. There was literally barely anything about the game. It was just Rio Ferdinand going on, oh yeah, you know, I played street football when I was a kid, you know, and then you've got Chelsea Grimes saying the same thing, etc. And barely anything about the game. Bear in mind that the past 3 reveals that we'd had in that stream for Battlefield, for Apex, for Star Wars Fallen Order, it was just completely game orientated. And then you've got FIFA, and it's just those. It's like, we're not here to listen to this. We want to know about the game. You know, why are you telling us this? You don't need to justify a FIFA Street mode. You've already done FIFA Street. You've had 4 games that have sold well, and people want it. They already know about FIFA Street. You don't have to go back and just try and sell it again. Like, we're not interested in Rio Ferdinand talking about his childhood for 10 minutes. You know, it doesn't interest me. You know, why is this happening? So you've got that, and then, you know, as I say, they're already talking about features. When they did ask the producer occasional questions, he was just like, yeah, you know, you can, as I say, you can be a female character. You've got a 3v3 mode, a 4v4 mode, and I was like, well, we already know this. Why you tell us stuff that we don't know? You've already said this. Stop regurgitating the same information. You know, what else? You're supposed to be revealing things. So why aren't you revealing anything? So already you're in a lose-lose situation. And then that sort of ends, and already people are getting a bit annoyed. And, you know, hopefully in the video I'm showing you the comments. There's some funny comments on the YouTube, by the way. It's just worth having a look and going over. Hopefully I'm showing you those now. Absolute golden, some of them. So yeah, so we come back then. So we've had 10 minutes of that. And then we come back to Alex Mendez, and he's introducing one of the leads of the FIFA 20 development team. I can't remember his name now, but I've seen him plenty of times before, seen him talking about it as well. And, you know, he starts talking about the gameplay changes, bearing in mind that we already knew about these as well. And if you'd have watched one of my recent videos, I actually talk about these gameplay changes because they had announced a press release talking about, you know, how they're making changes to time finishing, to AI defending, etc, etc. And then it's just him, Alex Mendez, asking him questions about that for the next 10 minutes. And again, regurgitating the same information. We already know this. You've told us this. You've announced it in a press release a couple of weeks ago. I don't know, and he's talking about it, and it's as they're going through, and he talks about, say, for example, I think it was time finishing or the passing. They show little bits of little tiny bits of gameplay over the top, just little brief seconds here and there of the new game. And I tell you, it was some of the worst, if not the worst, FIFA gameplay I've ever seen. It looked absolutely horrendous. It was clunky. It didn't look finished. It was unrealistic. Everything looked forced. And hopefully I'm showing you guys on screen now, and you can see for yourselves. It looks horrendous. Look at it. It's so... I can't explain how bad it is. It looks just... and... it's awful. I can't think of any words to... you know, some more superlatives to speak about it, because it was just absolutely horrendous. And on a side note, just look at this clip of Vinicius Jr. Like, what even is that? Why the defender slides him when running head on? Like, when have you ever seen that happen in any game? When have you ever seen that? In his own penalty box? Like, why would you be running? You've seen people slide in the penalty box, okay, fine. When the ball's not past them and it's out of reach and it's their last ditch attempt. Not when they're running head on, straight at them, and they just slide in their own box. Like, what is that? That's so bad. No one has ever done that. They just do not have a clue at all. They put a little disclaimer at the bottom saying, you know, captured in-game, still unfinished. Something along those lines. Well, you don't really have that excuse, because it's not like they've developed a game from scratch, you know? Like, they're already using FIFA 19 gameplay, and what you do is you make tweaks to that. It's not as if you're developing a massive open world RPG all from scratch. So obviously there's bugs in the, you know, first moments and stuff. You already have FIFA 19. You just make changes to that. So why does it look so bad? It looked like the AI was just non-existent. They were doing, like, you know, skill passes and stuff, Ronaldo chop passes, that were just completely unnecessary. The turning looked like it was in phases. The passing was just clunky as hell. And it was just woeful. And they're trying to talk about the gameplay in the background. And you're just thinking to yourself, like, what am I even watching? You know, what is this? So, you know, that was another thing. And what really annoys me the most is that, you know, this is FIFA, in my opinion, and well, I say my opinion, I've done research on this as well. This is the best-selling game on this list. Out of all 6 games they revealed, and I know people are going to say Battlefield, etc. It's not close. It's not close at all. FIFA averages, say for example on PS4, 10 million sales, and that is just retail. That's not even digital. Don't forget the people that play it on EA Access as well. It is easily their most valuable and most popular game. Like, I'm sorry, but it's not even close, you know. And you've got all these others, Apex Legends. Okay, Apex Legends, maybe more people have played it, but it's free to play. So you've got Apex Legends, you've got Battlefield 5, you've got Madden, you've got The Sims 4, and you've got Jedi Fallen Order. Of course, that one isn't out yet. And all of these streams are just, they just, excuse my language, but they just shit all over the FIFA one. Why is it that all of these are so much better? Like, you look at the Madden stream, for example, they've got all the topics on the side and they're going through them. They go through everything. They go through franchise mode, which is, you know, the career mode equivalent on Madden. They go through gameplay changes, talk about different superstar abilities, etc. They even get a player coming on talking about the game, talking about why these changes to the game are important based on real life factors. And it's just on another level compared to FIFA. And FIFA, as your most valuable game, why is it getting this treatment that's so worse than all the rest of the games? What is that all about? You know, it just really annoys me. And as I say, you look at the rest of the live streams, it's not even close. You know, so again, it's something that really frustrates me. And, you know, looking at the FIFA stream as a whole, they talked about 2 things. Talked about Volta, the new game mode. Okay, fine. Yep, that's good. You obviously just revealed it. You're going to talk about it more. Yeah, that's great. You know, although they've done it wrong, because by talking about it, all they've had is Rio Ferdinand and Chelsea Grimes rambling for 10 minutes about, you know, things we're not interested in. So you've got that, and you've also got the changes to gameplay. Okay, fine, but you have already told us these gameplay changes. We already know, and you've covered them for 10 minutes of a supposed 30-minute live stream, although it was actually 20 minutes. So you've got those 2, and then that's it. It's like, where is everything else? And they reveal an image right at the end, and that should be on screen now, of a schedule. And the schedule is of different live streams, and these live streams will contain all the different additions to the different game modes. So they've got a career mode live stream, they've got an ultimate team live stream, gameplay live stream, etc. And I think, you know, people are going to be settled by that. People are going to say, oh, well, you know, got a career mode live stream at the end of July, I think it was. You know, so I look forward to that. It's like, well, no, don't settle for that, because you have got a section of the players, and it is massive. I'm sorry, but there are millions of people that play career mode, and that's not even up for debate. It's millions. If you go onto any EA Sports, I mean, you know, I've showed you the YouTube comments earlier. If you go on any EA tweet, Facebook page, post, etc., it's just constantly people saying career mode, fix career mode. Where are the career mode improvements? It's always that. It's barely ever is it Ultimate Team, Pro Clubs. It's always career mode. Just the fan base that's so underrated, the size of that fan base. And I think that you need to realise you have got a section of the players, by the millions, who are absolutely fuming about the fact that career mode has been untouched for years. No proper improvements for years. No proper attention that it deserves. And you need to realise that you've got a section of those amount of people who are absolutely distraught. Absolutely distraught. Myself included. And they're just disenchanted with the franchise. And now you're making them wait even longer. You need to give them something. You need to give us something to go on, to feel encouraged about. Not say, well, we're going to leave it another 2 months before we give you any information whatsoever. That's not good enough. That is not good enough. Stop talking about all this other, useless information that we don't need, and start addressing the real problems. Franchise mode was covered in the Madden 20 stream, and for those of you who don't know, franchise mode players are also very unhappy as well, like career mode players are, with how that mode has just stagnated for years. That got covered in the Madden live stream, so why isn't career mode being covered? You had an extra 10 minutes to go through it. You only did 20 of the 30 minutes that you advertised. Bear in mind, they did say they would do 30 minutes per game. You only did 20, you had another 10 minutes. Why are you not bringing this information out there? Get it out there. You need to give us something tangible to go on. You're not in a position anymore, EA, are not in a position to be able to just dictate it in this way. It doesn't work like that. I know people will probably, put it out to me, as maybe has done before. I can't remember that, I was doing this for the sake of doing it, trying to be part of it, just hating on EA, etc. Because obviously most people do these days, with good reason as well. But it's like, no, that's not the case. I would love nothing more than this game to be brilliant. I just want this game to be brilliant. Like, surely we all do. You just want this game to be like fantastic. I don't want to moan. I want to be able to enjoy this game to the fullest and be like, yeah, FIFA, brilliant game, cracking game, absolutely top notch. It's not like that's not even close to happening. It's just an awful game, and it's been bad for a long time. I mean, we're talking 7, 8, 9 years here. FIFA 11, the last time this game was good, honestly. I mean, I know some of you may disagree. I personally think that's nailed on. 8 years that is coming on to 9 now since it was good, and that is not good enough. That is absolutely terrible. And we've talked about this before. We just a loyalty gets abused. People keep buying it, not because they think the game's good, because it's football, because they're loyal to football. We're passionate football fans. Generally, we're passionate football fans, and we need our football fix. You watch it all the time, you play it all the time, whatever it may be, and you just want to put yourself into that mode, into that universe. You want to be able to control players, score goals, play career mode, manage teams, etc. Whatever it may be. And you want that football fix. So you go to FIFA or you go to PES. But, people will say, well, I can afford one or the other, or which one do I think is better? And people will say FIFA, because not necessarily because the game's better, but because, for one, they have more teams. They will have teams that people actually support on there. And, that's just the way it is. And what can we do? That's the problem. What on earth can we do? Because people say, and I get it on my comment section a lot, boycott it. But it doesn't work like that, because you just love football too much to be able to do that. Like, how are you going to get those other football fixes on top of like watching and playing them? Because you just live the sport. That's the way it is. And I would love to boycott it, but obviously my YouTube channel is based on FIFA and PES, so that wouldn't go down too well. So we're just stuck. We're just stuck where we are, and that's it. So I guess that's it, guys. To be honest, I don't think I've got a whole lot more to say, at least on this topic. I've got plenty more to say on other things, but we'll leave them for different subjects and videos. I don't want to go off too much on a tangent. I mean, I already have, to be honest. I mean, that's sort of gone, isn't it? But I just wanted to talk about how I thought the reveal was just peak EA. It was peak EA Sports. Not even close. And we should have just expected it. We always get hopes up, myself included. Get my hopes up thinking, oh well, this year could be the year. I am guilty of that, no problem. I just don't know why I do it, because it's just the same thing every year. And now, yes, we've got a stream for Career Mode coming at the end of July. Fine. The fact that they've dedicated a whole stream to it would suggest that there's going to be plenty of changes, but we thought there'd be plenty of stuff announced in this stream yesterday, and there was 2 things that they talked about over 20 minutes. So I wouldn't put your hopes up for that. Better off just to remain cautious about it and see where it takes us. There's plenty of other streams as well. I'll leave that schedule on the screen for you now, so you can have a look for yourself. and we'll see where it goes. There's plenty more to cover. A lot of, hopefully Pez can do something over the course of the week at E3 and announce some groundbreaking stuff, something that we can really get excited to. Master League improvements and Become a Legend improvements. Please, dear God, can someone just do it? What we're asking for. So we'll see. We'll see, but I just wanted to get it out there. I want to know how you guys are feeling about it. What do you think about the stream? Do you completely disagree with me? Am I just chatting out my arse? Was the stream fine? Not a problem with it? Are you happy with the direction FIFA's going in? Just really everything, really. I want you to let me know, and we can have a discussion about it in the comment section. I try to reply to as many comments as possible. We're getting quite a lot over the last few days, of course, with the E3 coverage and stuff, so it's really hard to reply to all of them, but I go through as much as I possibly can. So you know, please do bear that in mind, and yeah, if you want to, as I say, let me know in the comment section, and we can get a discussion started. As likewise, you can have a discussion with me on Twitter using the Twitter handle down below in the description, Bromo018. Talk about a lot of things on there, football as well, other games and stuff, not just FIFA. So give me a follow on there as well. Leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed it, and if you want to see more. I can't say all of my videos are going to be like this, that's for sure, but you know, I just felt like I needed to get the rant out there. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more regular gaming content from the likes of both FIFA and Pez. And on that note, I think we are going to round it off there. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. And I will see you for the next one.